Can you hear me now? Well, Noelle, you're the first person here, so it's fine. I'll just repeat my yapping. I was mostly just showing off the house. Um, but I had gotten the romance eh, romance pack so we can have turn ons and turn offs. So we're just gonna add those to the characters real quick to maybe they'll be more likely to flirt or get drama-y. Like we know Gunn likes brown hair. Cause he likes Fred. He likes academics. I think that's characteristics. We'll leave that. We'll leave that for now. I'm gonna. He likes. And he likes performing. So I feel like he would like those things. Yeah, he does skinny shame. He skinny shames Fred when he's trying to like protect her at one point. And I'm like, excuse you. Should I say she's attracted to broke people? I think she likes Gun's pretty athletic. That's fucked. That's fucked they make that one. I'll say she's attracted to self-employed people because he's self-employed. He's also, I know, attracted to brunettes because he's been attracted to Fred and Cordy. He's like, yeah, I don't like when you're skinny, but I also do like when you're skinny. It's a whole thing. Wesley does like smart ladies. So we'll give him that. Connor, you got a lot of problems. He's got a lot of problems. They're like fucked up. He is attracted to taken people, in my opinion. I won't say that. But in my opinion, yeah, older woman's not a fucking option. I feel like he's broke. He likes anyone who will talk to him, which is not a characteristic, I guess. I'm gonna give him the brown hair though, because I think he's only been interested in brown haired ladies. Which this is not going good for my girl Darla here. But that's a good thing. That's his mom. But I think we did that, so that's fine. I was like, he's attracted to decor, and then I was like, I'm in the wrong spot. Emotional decision makers. Yeah, that sounds right, actually, for you, my man. She loves broke boys. Angel was broke when she fell in love with him. She loves rooting people. She loves to argue. I'm only giving them a couple of them. Lila likes smart people and ambitious people, I feel. Drew is crazy. So is that an option? Is that an option? I guess she likes, we'll say, spirited people and hotheads. We'll give her that. We'll give her that. Um, yeah. I just wanted to add those. I don't know if he'll do anything. Yeah, Connor is a bad boy in the sense that he knows how to like fight, but then he's like kind of a nerd. You're like, okay, but you're kind of cringe. Okay, no, all I showed off before you got here, Noel, was I showed off that the house is redone in kind of a Art Deco theme to kind of match the hotel. And I took out a lot of the items that don't have any social capital so that hopefully they'll all talk more. How the fuck are you over here? Fred. I thought I put everybody over here. So I just like restyled the house a little bit and redid a new pool and some things like that. And I took away some of the things that they would do all the time by themselves because we obviously want to encourage more interaction. But now, back to where we were starting. We were starting with Gun. He's here, he's ready. Self-assured, high metabolism. Now he's got some turn-ons. Romance preferences. Apparently he likes women, but he will do other things with both. Good for I didn't set these. It just did it. Um but he's ready. I feel like Gun stands some of the best chance in these more um I think he stands a good chance in a lot of the physical competitions. Which I mean, good for him. Slight King. Then we have Lorne, who also apparently left the area I had put them all in, which is rude. But Lorne, you know, music lover, muser. Um, I think I didn't set any of these because I don't believe that one for a second. I want to kind of probably set them. I feel Lorne is into everybody, if I'm honest. I think I forgot with these new things it means we have to like set stuff like that. I feel like I want to turn them all on for all of them just so for the Sims game it's more fun. And more things can happen. Also, way to like make straight the default Sims, kind of judging you a little bit there. I want drama. Everyone needs to be attracted to everyone. Okay, hopefully that's the last time we have to go. They should all get to like be attracted to each other because that's our best chance at maybe romance happening this season. We didn't get much last season. Okay, back to our intros. We have Lorne, who is killing it in his outfit. Again, Lorne is people like Lorne, so I feel like he could stand a good chance here. He's sociable. Hopefully that works out for him here. But he doesn't get to use his singing powers here in The Sims, so that, you know, could cause problems. You say too much nudity become. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I put them in the game. I clicked for them all to come sit over on the chairs to do this intro, and one person was already naked, and I went, "You're putting clothes on at least for the fucking intro, okay?" Then we have Lila Morgan. She's here. She's ready. She's ruthless. I think that could be an advantage for her, but most of these people don't fucking like her, and that could be a disadvantage for her. Very ambitious. She's here to win. Lila doesn't like to lose. Does that surprise anyone? No. Next to her, we have Wesley, whose face is crazy right now. Dude, I wish it was Connor. It was Drew, which is also not surprising, but Wesley's here, you know, overachiever. Quick learner could help him. But if he gets too up on the smell of his own farts, it could be a fucking problem. I don't know if we'll have a repeat of a Giles, you know, because they were both watchers, if he won't be that into playing, which is kind of made Giles not a threat, so he lasted a little longer, but didn't really give him a chance to win. Connor, where are you? Connor's here. I fear his inability to know anybody or deal with people could be bad for my man here. He is the youngest contestant, of course. But I don't know how much he'll be able to get along with everyone. And it could be bad. It could be bad social-wise for Connor. Mostly because half these people either don't know who he is or think he's evil. So, fun for Connor. Then we have already playing chess, truly already trying to be smart and get ahead. His own dad might vote him out. It's like that season of Survivor where that girl voted out her own mom. Fred is here. She's fucking ready. I think she has an advantage of people will probably underestimate Fred. But she's actually really smart. So she might be able to use that for her advantage. I think that gives her a little bit of an advantage unless she shows by winning a lot of like intellectual comps early or something like that. That could be where it's hard for her. And then we have Darla Slay. Darla's here with her son, who she never met. She's back from the dead. Don't ask questions, everyone. It's fine. It's fine. We plucked them out of the universe. It's totally cool. But we're excited for Darla here. Listen, yes, she's evil. But, maybe that works to her advantage. I know the new turn on things are very interested. Yeah, exactly. She's come back from the dead before, and she's not alone. Okay, you might say, oh, but you put Darla in a house of people who either don't know her or think she's evil. No, Drew Scylla is here. Okay, Drew is also here. Yeah, she's a little crazy. I don't know why she has all these things from the reward store. This is what we get from randomly downloading her from the fucking library. Which, I mean, great for you, girly. That's kind of cheating, but we downloaded it without checking, so she had a bunch of shit. Listen. But, so we got 2 evil vampire girlies here. I feel they could maybe make a duo with like, they could pull Connor in, they could pull Lila in. It's kind of, we got bad guys versus good guys. Okay, I think it'll be an interesting season. Hi Bara, glad to see you're here. Bara's asking if we got anything new watched this week. Yes. This morning I watched an episode of Xena where I found out that she banged Julius Caesar. That was kind of fun. We watched some more. I think I watched Buffy this week. My brain is forgetting what the episodes were about, which is maybe not a good sign for season 7, but I think I enjoyed them. I think it's 707 and 708. Whatever happened in those episodes. Oh, one of them, there was a ghost one. Yeah. The ghost, but I don't think they were the real ghost. That episode was hard. And then I watched some Steven Universe, and I watched the movie Fire Island, which is from 2022 and is like a gay Pride and Prejudice. Who didn't bang Caesar? No, well, they didn't all bang Caesar, they all stabbed Caesar. Yeah, the dead people one stood out to me. The other one is not standing out to me. But, that's life. But I'm gonna press play to let them start talking a bit. We're gonna do our first HOH competition. I have to pull up my notepad and make a new document so I can keep track of who wins. I'll do a season 2 on the same one. HOH 1. Okay. A nice vamp in what episode? In the Buffy episode? With the ghosts? Because I think people think Spike is the nicest vamp on the show right now. I will say, there is someone in the comments who got mad at me because I was critical of Spike for the SA stuff. And I'm like, they are really defending that fictional guy. Conversations with dead people? Not really. That one is mostly like, whatever the big bad is, and I still don't know what it is like pretending to be ghosts to like fuck with people. Oh my, Wesley and Drusilla, that'd be crazy interaction. No, the conversations with dead people is crazy because like I don't know why they couldn't get the actress who plays Tara back, so instead they have the actress of a character who was in one episode and died. And they're like, um, I realize you can't hear the game. Sorry, I'm fixing it. They're like, we'll just bring this one girl back, and like, she pretends she's talking to Tara, but Willow can't see Tara, and then she's like, yeah, Tara wants you to kill yourself, basically. And Willow's like, okay, I don't think you're talking to Tara. And I'm like, yeah, this would have been way more emotional if Tara was actually there. Oh, you know why? Bauer says I think Tara turned down the role to return. I think it does demonstrate Willow's insecurities, but it did very much feel like the actress said no. Which Bara thinks is because she doesn't like Joss Whedon, which, same, so I get it. Okay, so Wesley and Drew kind of hitting it off. Oh my god, mom and son. She's talking about herself. Is that surprising? That makes sense. They could have just never killed my girl off. Like, sorry if... Oh, who's Lauren talking to? Lauren and Lila are playing the game. Okay, see this? I got this social game, but it can also be a romantic game. So I think it might help them all build relationships. But we got Lila and Lauren playing a game of getting to know you. Yeah, killing off Tara felt like they wanted to make Willow evil, and they were like, as long as Tara exists, we will never be able to get away with it. And that don't work for me. And then we have, oh, wait, look, they're playing together. They're gravitated towards each other even in a Sims game. That's so sweet. Oh, Holden Webster is the ghost one. That is the nice vampire. Noelle, Bara's kind of right. That Holden Webster, I think, Noelle, that's the nice vampire you were thinking of. But, like, he is trying to kill Buffy still. But he's, like, also giving her therapy at the same time. It's crazy. Oh, yeah, Xander wasn't in it. And I had a great fucking time. Okay, everyone's got into chit-chat a bit. So I'm going to pause and do this at the same time. But we started with a endurance comp last time. We're starting with one again, but instead of the treadmills, we're gonna have everyone skate around on this thing, and basically last person to remain skating is our HOH, because imagine skating for hours. No says I have to watch that episode. I thought he was in everyone. No, he wasn't in it, and truly a blessing. You're all gonna skate around. Hopefully they can all go on this at the same time, and I don't need the bigger one. I think they can. Everyone go roller skating. I'd like them all to be on it at the same time. I'm not counting it till they're all on it. Unless they all can't get on it, and that's going to be a problem. Set lighting. No, I don't care. I'm just going to keep doing skate around for all of them until they're all on it. I might have to look up how many people can skate around. I don't see why they can't all skate. I can always buy a second one. Or the bigger one. No, they can all get on. Okay, they're all on. Now the competition begins. It begins! Bar says, what did you think of Destiny, which is the Xena episode? Noelle says Spike is kind of nice, but like also aggressive. Doesn't mean they're not some form of sociopath. What happened in Destiny? I can't give away the ending. Roller skating an hour could be fun, and yeah, when you're younger, I feel like it would be a lot harder at this point. Okay, so Destiny's a Xena episode, and it did have a to be continued, so I technically have not watched part 2. We only had time for one episode today. Um, but Destiny is like, Xena gets like injured after kind of reflecting on some bad shit she did in the past, and we see like pre killing and burning town Xena, and she's like low key like pirate vibes, right? And like we find out that like she took Julius Caesar captive, but then they like she thought they fell in love, but then he like betrayed her, which shouldn't be shocking because Julius Caesar was so unliked that 13 people stabbed him, you know. Um including his friend. But Xena, like, her black book is filled, okay? She's got the men's. She's got them mans in there, is all I'm saying. I'm still waiting for one woman. um, but then it's like her friend gets killed. That's how she becomes angry Xena, who wants to kill everybody. Is what I took from it. Yeah, he did take back his own ransom money. They do the thing where he's like, you're gonna want more to ask for more ransom. Yeah, she learns how to do pressure points from this random lady who's wearing a t-shirt that has the same design as her armor, so I know that's important. But I think it was an interesting episode. But I'm pretty sure next week we're going to be watching Hercules because we're watching in air order and I'm not going to get to know. Oh, okay, Bara, you say Caesar nailed her to a cross, except they didn't nail her to a cross. They wussed out. They did not go full Spartacus, which this episode did make me start rewatching Spartacus, by the way, which Lucy Lawless is in, but I hate her character in it, and I'm like, this is confusing for me now. They didn't nail her to a cross. They wussed out, and they tied her to a cross. And I went, now, they would not do this in Spartacus. Oh, we have somebody out of the race. Who got off? Wesley quitting the athletic competition early. Is anyone surprised? Kind of, because he has gotten better. Yeah, they just tie them to the crosses, though, in Xena. Probably because Darla is also out. Someone I thought could last a really long time. But she has jumped out. She feels far too stinky. Drew is doing this in a ball gown, okay? So these people who are falling and complaining. Oh, Connor giving up. Connor not understanding that HOH is important when no one likes you. Yeah, he tied her and then they broke her legs. There is a lot of, like, Nepo, like, not that it's a big deal, but, like, brothers or husbands, cousins, sisters all getting on these shows, which is kind of funny. But I think it was the olden times where, like, hey, we just need someone to do this. And it's like, oh, my brother will do it. Yeah, I feel like in real show, Connor never gives up in a competition. But he wanted to go shower. We are down. We have 3 of the gang left. We have 2 villains left. Yeah, one of the producers is Lucy Lawless's husband. Watching her as Lucretia in Spartacus now. Oh, did Gunn just give up? Gunn, this was totally one you could have won. That's crazy. Crazy choice by Gunn, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Girl, what? Girl, what are you doing? What is she doing? They must be giving up for psychological me walking to the pool? What is she doing? Ugh. I hate Lucretia, and it's coming back to me, and I'm wondering if, while I'm rewatching Spartacus, next time I watch Xena, if I'm gonna be like, that bitch. Probably not, though. They feel very different. Her Lucretia voice, though, does feel closer to that high-pitched voice she does. Lauren also giving up. Men ain't shit when it comes to roller skating, is what I'm learning. Fred, the only good guy left on the field. Oh, Lila giving up. Drew giving up Fred is our first HOH. Go, Fred. She did it. Okay, Fred, you don't have to skate anymore because you won. She's the winner. So Fred gets to have this room. Fred is allowed to go in the HOH. Slay for Fred. She right. She's like, I survived by Leah. I can rollerblade for a few hours. She's still going. I told her she could stop. But she's still going. She said, I ain't scared of nothing. Fred, but also you need to get off. Because I'm going to get rid of this. Because this will be our challenge area. But the challenge is done. So go live your life. Shower. Talk to some people. Ooh, we got some boys. Oh, they're fighting. It's just like the show. They're mad at each other. You have a toilet. You all have access to the toilet. Is something wrong? Why won't you go potty? I'm gonna make the room 1 block bigger in case it's like some kind of building issue. Go pee, weirdos. Yeah, take an attraction. That's crazy. You're like, oh, your person has problems. I see. Okay, we're slaying for Fred, though. Fred will not be the first person eliminated in week 1 of Big Brother. So, like, Slay Queen. What is that fucking sound? Uh-oh, somebody's sad. Well, don't walk in on her showering. That's kind of on you, Gun. He stayed. Sir, what are you doing? Gun's just walking in on everybody's fucking business. No, I like this new little common area for them to all sit and talk. Last Hercules we watched last week. What happened last week on Hercules? Oh, the last Hercules we watched, Callisto was in it. That was last week, right? I haven't talked about that one yet. Callisto and him, she like poisons his entire fucking family because she's so slay. And then she's like, you have to help me by bringing me to this place where I can eat this fruit so that I don't have to die. She's still walking around like this. Girl, what? Yeah, she's slay as hell. And she basically forces Hercules to help her get to the, like, god tree. And then she eats the fruit so she's not dead anymore and she might be immortal and it's awesome. Yeah, you can't keep the best villain in the entire universe down, okay? She's my favorite villain between both shows. She slays, and I love her. Wesley talking to Darla from behind, which is an interesting decision. Drew. I'm gonna mix up Fred and Drew, aren't I? They do look very similar. Drew on her way to talk to Gunn. Lila and Lauren still working on their alliance. They might have an alliance. Okay, it seems like she was trying to seduce him. I feel like right away, people are working on more relationships than last season. Interesting. Everyone has to pee, but that is the trouble of Big Brother, is there is only one toilet. Which adds to the drama and the bad moods that everyone gets in. Well, there's 2 technically. But Fred doesn't have to share with anybody. Do you love this, like, kitchen refrigerator combo? Because I'm obsessed. We've made foods without any fire so far. They're slaying it. No pun intended. Yeah, Drew kind of... She be going brain-wise through it, as we would say. Near misery from evil trait. She's happy because everyone else is sad. Oh my god, I love this. They're all already chatting way more than the last group. I'm just saying, slay. Darla being happy at everyone else's misery is real and the best. I'm keeping my eye on Lila and Lauren. I feel like Connor being loud as fuck. This is an interesting conversation if it ever happened in the show. I feel they have done social things. He's like, have you seen fish? Did you give Wesley back his glasses? Yeah, I think this version of Wesley has glasses. Yeah, he does have glasses. To me, Wesley will always have glasses. I know he doesn't anymore in the show, but I can't remember when he stopped wearing them, so to me, he still has them. An interesting conversation. She tried to steal your baby. Oh my god, Gun's finally getting to go pee. Yeah, he's mid-trans. I love that she walks like this. That's awesome. Oh, this is my new favorite thing for this season so far. Yeah, I don't think I can make them all play this game. I wish I could make them all play the game together. He stopped wearing glasses after the Justine incident. Interesting. You think he got, like, LASIK while he was, like, in the hospital for his throat cut? He was like, yo, doc, can you hit me with some LASIK at the same time? Possible. I think we can see... Oh, he has thoughts. What are his thoughts? Oh, they feel closer because they cook together. They're a friend. Interesting. I wanted to see if anyone was attracted to anyone yet. Wesley's romantic feelings about Charles. Neutral. They're coworkers. Acquaintances. How do you feel about Drew? Neutral. He feels nothing about Lauren in a romantic way. I really hope you don't feel any about Connor. Oh, thank goodness. Fred, nothing. Oh, they all have jobs, which is going to be a problem. Whatever, you're going to get fired. You can't go to work. Yeah, you can also do turn-offs, Noelle. There's, like, a lot of new ones. It comes with a new expansion pack called Love Struck. It also introduces, like, Tinder, basically. Like, there's a Tinder now. This. And you can go on blind date, or, like, look, I'll have him open it. We won't use it, but you can make a profile, and you can look at, like, different Sims to go on dates, which is kind of funny. Bar says, how far are you in Angel? I'm through 406, which got uploaded for early access today on Patreon. And YouTube, which is kind of an update. I switched Patreon's early access to kind of act like YouTube's does, where I make everything early access that would come out that week available on Sundays, so that I don't have to remember each day to go in. Yeah, Spin the Bottle was the last Angel episode I made. Lila, there are beds. What are you doing? There's beds for everybody. Oh, convos. Ladies? Okay, Drew, talking to the HOH at least. A good call. Yes, Teenage Cordy is back. And she's like, my hair. And I'm like, tell me about it, girl. I've been saying that the whole time. Hi, Ezra. Are you awake from your nap? Small bog. Hi. You want some water? Sorry, I have to give Hazel her own water. She's having some mobility issues. I look away to give my dog water, and Drew got naked. Listen, Sims, what is going on? Ooh. She's gonna be my favorite. I'm gonna be so sad when Darla leaves this house if she don't win. Oh, she's my favorite already. Everyone else is sleeping. The vampires are awake. That's awesome. But she's on her way to bed. Drew is gonna stay up, so we'll follow her while she's awake. I was dying at, like, none of them thinking anything weird of them all feeling 17, but Angel feeling 17 was acting like he's from, like, the 1800s, and they're all acting like it was 5 years before or something. I'm like, none of you... Oh, of course she's feeling flirty and no one's awake. Drew, they hate me. I was like, they're not putting this together right now. It was so funny. They immediately resort to a murder mystery, essentially. Wes was trying to... So convincing, I forgot there weren't real stakes, honestly. I know, I kept being like, guys, really, no, it's fine. You guys are gonna be okay. But it was very funny. Except, I don't like the Connor-Cordy storyline that's going on, so I'm pretending that, doesn't exist. Yeah, it definitely... Cordy seemed to not... Cordy didn't know what a Slayer was. So to me, that suggests, that she's remembering pre-Buffy coming to Sunnydale, which is interesting. Or at least pre her learning what a Slayer is. But I can't remember how old they were when she learned that. So it probably makes sense. But yeah, Bar, the Cordy Connor stuff is weird. And it's creepy. And I don't like it. Because I know Connor, I think, is supposed to be 18. Which is why I was okay with him being in this Sims game versus, like, Dawn. But it's weird. Hello, salty goodness. Was that really the first thing she said when she saw him on Buffy? That's so funny. Yeah, he's very... yeah, it's very, like... I get why his brain thinks like that, because he's having these feelings and urges that he can't maybe fully understand. Girl. Sure, Lila, you love fitness. Good for you. Angel is her original type. They forced my girl to date Xander at one point. Tragic that they did that to her and that I liked it at the time. Tragic. Well, I was happy for them at the time. It was before I hated Xander even more than I already do. Don't even get me started. How we doing, girly? Oh, yeah, we don't talk about her liking Wes time in the show because that used to drive me fucking crazy. I'm obsessed. Lila, what are you doing? Playing Jenga with Lorne? These two might be a sneaky final two. Ew, the kiss was so bad. What are the ladies up to? Oh, they're playing the game. So there's like this I think is the social friend one, and this is like the flirty one. But I don't know if they'll play that one naturally unless they're in romantic relationships. Dude, Wesley and Lila, I can't tell where they're going with that yet. But so far they've both betrayed each other. So I'm like, you're not that loyal. At least not over your actual loyalties. Okay. Ooh, Lila doing some chess by herself. Lorne was abandoned. So far, the person I've seen talk the most amount of people has been Drew. Which, I mean, live, try to protect yourself. Noel says, I guess for me the Connor Cordy flirtation is gross, but it reminds me a lot of classical lit and Buffy freaking constantly emphasizing age differences in romances, which I can't stand. Yeah, I think, here's the thing, because I'm someone who, like, I watch Interview with the Vampire, right? And I'm like, Armand's 500 and Daniel's 69, let's fucking go. And it is something in, I think, a vampire romance, obviously, where you have to kind of be like, okay, we can't really get hard on the age differences, otherwise, like, it's not a vampire thing. But for me, Connor and Cordy are both not vampires, so that's where I'm like, well, now you're both humans and you're on, like, this different playing field, and now it's weird and I don't like it. And exactly what Barra said, Cordy is like his mom. Like, she was like his mom for a while. Or the closest thing he had to one. And I'm like, ew. If she had her memory, she'd think of you like a baby. Which, even without her memory, she was like, oh, they're making up for the, like, 8 times she's knocked him out and tied him to a chair. Which happens to him a lot. But yeah, that's like, it's almost like, I get, like, I'll say nothing about Spike and Buffy's age gap, or Angel and Buffy's age gap, because I'm like, yeah, but that's, like, the fantasy of dating a vampire or whatever. But then I'm like, no, now it's weird when they're both human. I'm sorry, it is. And maybe more weird because she was, like, his surrogate mom. So I'm like, no, that's not for me, I don't think. Darla making her way over. Yeah, like, their age gap is not as big, but I'm like, no, don't like it, sorry. Get wrecked. Yeah, Angel is 200 years older, and I'm like, yeah, but he's a vampire. That's part of the fun. And then it's like 2 humans, and I'm like, ew, no. I don't want this. But again, I watch Interview with the Vampire, and I'm like, Armand and Daniel, let's fucking go. I get what you're saying about not finding it worse, but it's something with, like, I think as I grew up on, like, Twilight and stuff, where I'm just like, yeah, if I'm gonna watch a vampire thing, like, the vampire being older is kind of the point. Like, that's, like, part of the vampire, like, genre fantasy. Like, am I gonna watch one where it's, like, the vampire was turned 2 days, like, 3 years ago, and so they're only, like, 5 years older? Like, no, that's not fun. But I think I'm more freaked out just by the whole Cordy and Connor, like, she took care of him as a baby thing. For me, that's weird. Yeah, age gaps are just a part of vampire stuff. You have to kind of be like, you can't really... Interviewed with a Vampire is good about it, because, like, majority of the people on that show are vampires, but, like, it's a different morality. Yeah, no, I've noticed that, like, people will be like, Angel was, there's a lot of people who will point, I think they just probably ship Spike and Buffy, so they don't point it out as much, but there's still an age gap. So if they have the problem with it with Angel, they should probably have the same problem with it with Spike. Yeah, I think Angel has mommy issues, Barra. You're not wrong. Also, definitely has daddy issues. Oh yeah, the show doesn't really talk about it at all. The show they're all 18 and now anything goes. Yeah, the show does not care at all. And they only did it a couple times, I think, even with Angel and Buffy. But it was definitely part of the conversation. It's definitely not a part of the conversation with Spike. Which, to be fair, there are maybe bigger things that Spike has done to Buffy that people are against. But It's interesting. Yeah, I think maybe they just decided to move away from that in general because they realized it was weird and they were like, let's just not bring up the age gaps. Oh, look who's angry. What a surprise. But don't worry, Noelle. They're still making inappropriate relationships on the show. To be fair, they're like addressing that it's inappropriate, but there's the episode with the jacket. Um, with the jacket that like makes everyone like the football player, and then like Buffy's like making out with a student, and I'm like, my girl's gonna go to jail. Connor giving himself a pep talk in the mirror. Oh shit, you guys need to quit your jobs. You can't go to work. You can't go to work. You're on Big Brother. Stop trying to go to work. I'm so glad Gunn knows what a goldfish is. I think it said Fred also had a job, so let's just get rid of that before it starts. Quit. Quit. Can't go to your job. Yeah, I do think that's the advantage of Angel is it starts with everyone out of high school. I think it's a thing that we have become more noticing of is the age gaps in TV because I didn't watch Pretty Little Liars growing up, but I had friends who did, and I've watched like the Mike's Mike commentary on it. If you never watched that, it's so funny. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this show because of the Mike's Mike commentary, and there's so many of that, like high school girls dating like 25-year-olds, and I'm like, what's happening? Why? It was so normalized. Like my friend who now is like, ew, gross, is like, no, I 100% shipped the girl and her teacher when I was 15, and it's like, that's fucked up. And does the teacher get punished? No, they end up getting married. It's a crazy thing. It really is. It's crazy. It's crazy how normalized it was. I'm like, the future Republicans want. Well, you're not wrong, Noelle. Did you see the thing about how they were freaking out about birth rates declining in America? But the biggest cause of declining birth rates in America is the fact that we've, like, lowered the numbers massively for teen pregnancy. Like, hello? That's a good thing. And people are like, oh my god, the pregnancy rate is going down. It's like, yeah, teen pregnancy is going down. It's awesome. I loved Edward and Bella. Of course, I read Twilight when I was in 7th grade at the ripe old age of 13. Which, you know, live my best life. Dude, Twilight Mania was big. In the film, I don't know the age gap in the books. I don't remember for the movie. In the TV show, Lestat is like 200 something when he meets Louis, who is 33 or 34. But that's the thing, right? Like, when someone hits like 25 or older, I'm kind of like, yeah, okay. You've had enough life experience. I'm less judgy about a gap getting bigger. But Louis is like 33 or 34 and Lestat's like 200. To be fair, I ship Daniel and Armand's like 500 and Daniel's 69. So what do you want from me? I could never hate Edward as much as Xander, but that's also because Twilight will always have a soft spot in my heart. But I do love watching it now and being like, God, this was ridiculous, but it's in the best way. I think Spike had to be like late 20s, maybe. That's what he looks like. But I feel like maybe in his time period at late 20s he would have already been married, so maybe not. Okay, so for me, Vampire Diaries, I did not watch it as a teenager. And I watched it like a few years ago, but my friend watched it as a teenager and she loved Damon, and we used to ship all the same things. So I assumed going into it I would ship the Bane girl and Damon. But to be fair to the actress, um, who played Elena, I hated her from Degrassi because she stole JT. Which is not fair to the actress. She was a character I didn't like in a different TV show, but it made me automatically not like her that much in Vampire Diaries because I have problems. um Oh, Lauren, you have a job? Yeah, skip work, Lauren. We'll quit your job. Um anyway, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this show. But again, I'm not watching it as a 14-year-old. I'm watching it as like I was 27 or something. And I was like, Damon sucks. I think it's also because I think watching that show week to week over like what 9 years versus watching a show in a binge format, you're going to remember the bad shit more that people do versus like, you know, like Damon does something horrible in season 1 and you probably don't even remember it in season 4 if you're watching live, right? um did you know the guy who played Damon is married to the lady who played Rosalie in Twilight, and they both do an MLM now? Yeah, but in a pyramid scheme. Fun. um but I was just like, to my friend, I was like, so when you rewatch the show, you just fast forward to your favorite scenes, right? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, that makes sense. My favorite character in Vampire Diaries was Caroline and Bonnie. I like Caroline and Bonnie, and I kind of was like, Steffet is kind of interesting. Um, but I didn't really like anyone else, which was kind of a problem. There's so many vampire shows, though. Bar said, I miss it. Spike was really posh, and the London accent he puts on. Yeah, he does put on kind of that, like, what's that type of accent? You know, the chavvy accent? Is that what they call it? I don't remember. The girl in Misfits who could read minds had an accent like that a bit. I love that show. You quit Vampire Diaries because of Damon Elena and Caroline Klaus. Yeah, I think I struggled because I actually think Nina Dobrev did a good job when she was playing Catherine. But I felt like Elena was really restricted as a character and not really allowed to grow despite being a main character, and that was really confusing. And hard to deal with. Actually, very similar to Damon, who, oh, the boys are yapping. Are they coming up with a alliance? Similar to Damon. I think Elena wasn't allowed to grow, like, and Damon regressed every time. Like, they would be like, Damon would go through all this character growth, right? Like, he would become better, he would become a good guy, and then be like, oh, but he's not dangerous anymore, and they'd make him do something awful. And then you'd be like, but, like, what about the character growth? And it's like, nope, get fucked. I didn't love that. And then Elena, it felt like there were so many times in the beginning of the story where Elena would talk about like how she missed who she used to be, this like happy, fun, bubbly person, and she never got to really get back to that, and that kind of made me sad, because I was like, even when she gets the chance to like relive the accident, it's like the lesson was supposed to be that she was supposed to die. That's not fun. That's not a good lesson to teach someone who has survivor's guilt. Leslie and Gunn are not getting along. Uh-oh, Lauren pee-peed in his pants. Getting pee out of sequins sounds like a nightmare. Ooh, Fred's feeling flirty. And so is Drew. Are they gonna fall in love? Sims, are you gonna let something fun happen? Angel's Bar says Angel's Irish accent is not good, but it doesn't distract me from the show. Yeah, I'm on season 4. I'm on season 4, so maybe they know I'm on season 4, and that's why they're having the boys fight. No! The two flirty people stop talking to each other. Is she flirting with fucking... Connor, what the fuck? Are you gonna flirt with Darla? I don't care, just like... We love romance. Awkward. Dude, we were saying that Cordelia was his mother, like his mom character, but honestly, Lorne was his step up. Lorne is the mom who stepped up, and Connor doesn't appreciate it at all. Fred, what you doing? Yeah, he's his babysitter. He's basically did everything for him. Is she playing the game with more people? Dude, not talking about DVDs. Is she into... Is she into Darla? Okay, that'd be crazy. Fred, no, Drew. I'm gonna mix them up a million times. As long as they're both still in the house. We know, Noel. We know you don't ship them. They were sitting on the couch. We got you. You're safe. That would be crazy. That's an awkward combo, though, because Connor's not nice to Lorne. Not that anyone is that nice to Lorne. He keeps end up tied to chairs with head trauma. Oop. Where'd my shit go? There it is. It's back. We're gonna go till nominations. Hi, Gun. What you doing? Talking to yourself? Crazy. They all ruin his life. Lord's just trying to live, and then he gets away from them only to get kidnapped in Vegas. And I'm like, oh god, Lorne, I'm so sorry. Which, the episode of Lorne in Vegas is up for $5 early access on YouTube and Patreon this week, everyone. Exciting! What is this emoji head guessing game? Hi, Gun. Gun's just posing with his abs out. They were so bad they didn't guess what he kept asking about. That was crazy when he was like, that's the universal sign. And I'm like, in what world, bro? Oh my god, do you think they're having, would you rather see a bear or a man conversation? They're chatting about the time he kidnapped him. Bar's right, his nightclub was blown up twice. And it was all their fault. I feel like this men's alliance may be forming. This is the third time I've seen these three chatting. I feel like they maybe do that, Noel, if they have a reference to who Fluffy is. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like, if I asked about something that the person knew I didn't care about or, like, knew wasn't alive or something, they might be like, wait, something weird's going on here. But when he asked about Fluffy, who is not something any of them know about, I'm like, well, maybe they wouldn't figure it out. Hazel, she says, bark. This way we can see their combo, and we can see their combo in the background in case anything interesting happened. He's like, Fred's like, who the fuck is Fluffy? Yeah, exactly. Like, when they're like Fluffy, they're probably like, did he have a cat? Gun thought he was Fluffy. Iconic. Yeah, I think Fred thought he was asking about something down there. And she was like, why is he asking me that? Ooh, there's fighting going on in the kitchen. I saw negatives. What's happening? Fred, are you flirting with everyone? And nobody wants to flirt back with you. I'm so sorry. She's trying to make the show interesting. Lauren, now you're just talking to yourself. Oh, look, they're friends. They're playing the game together. Oh, the Lornettes are slay. I want to do... Lornette cosplay goes hard. Girl Drew's talking to herself, but that's not crazy. Who is calling? Who the fuck are you? Don't call me. I'm on Big Brother. Okay, she's asleep. Wait. What are you doing? She's hiding from everyone. Drama. Oh, I thought she was talking to herself. Was she there the whole time? Gotta play to win. Gotta play to win is the motto of every gambling addict I've ever known. This heads up game they added is the best thing ever. These guys are playing this game a lot more than I feel like the other group did. I feel like they didn't play this till I forced them to for that challenge. Yes, that's what Fred thought was fluffy. That is what I remember the most. Of her being like, is he asking about my... You know? This group is also better about staying in one area to chit-chat. Yeah, that Angel met the Rat Pack. He's like, oh, I just know all these famous people. And you're like, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, they were very... Gunn and Fred were very stressed when it was all kind of on them. I'm still confused on... Obviously, they're going to tell me eventually, because Cordelia came back for a reason. I feel like the evil should be the same evil they're dealing with in Buffy, but I know the shows are on different channels at this point in real life, so it's probably not likely to get a crossover. But, like, what are the chances that two giant evils are happening at the same time? Where are you? By yourself? Who are you having negative emotions towards? Lauren's swimming in the rain. 'Cause we're swimming in the rain. Yeah, I'm sure I'll find out. But, you know, I appreciate no spoilers. You guys are the best about that. I could see crossover, like, after Buffy finishes. Maybe they could get away with some stuff. But I don't know if I see it happening this season. Interesting group playing Jenga. I'm surprised they're not related. Also, they finally brought, like, those killer guys back on Buffy who hadn't been around for a few episodes, so I had completely forgotten they existed. Which was kind of interesting. They were killing again. And I was like, right, there's also a cult, like, related to the From the Ground I Devour monster, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? But it's very exciting. We have a big stretch of Buffy recordings coming up, because in this last, like, season, the way the Slay Alive guide does it is it's very chunked out a lot more than it was before. I don't know if they have crossed out eyes. It's just the guys in the black hoods and they're stabbing random women. Which my first theory was maybe those were like potential future slayers, and they're trying to like get rid of all the future slayers so that if they killed, well, because my first thought was then if they kill Buffy, she can't like reincarnate, but then I remembered that she can't reincarnate anyway because she reincarnated into the girl who reincarnated into Faith, and Faith's in prison. So I'm like, but I mean, maybe they're gonna bring Faith back to Buffy, and those like culty guys will go after Faith. Could make sense to me because like to me it's like it's very clear after the episode with the ghosts and everything that, oh, I remember the other episode is the one where Spike is like killing people but he doesn't remember it. That's that one. But it's very clear that the monster, the big bad, is trying to make Buffy as weak as possible with like the least amount of allies possible. So that's why like my thought was they're trying to get like rid of the Slayer somehow. But I don't know if they're bringing Faith back because we haven't heard anything from her in so long that I'm like, maybe I just am thinking that could be a possibility. But it would be kind of crazy to bring her back out of nowhere. The villain has not been revealed yet. I just know that they can like project into people's minds and like take the look of somebody else, or they're, because I don't think they're physically being a shapeshifter because they can make it so only certain people see them. What are you doing, Mercedes? Hi. Do you want to come say hi? Yeah. She took my headphones off. Oh well. You're soft. She's like, why are you streaming today? What are you doing? Do you want to be the streamer? We're gonna talk to them. Can they hear you purring? Video games. Talk, talk, talk. Meow, meow. You guys hear her if I hold her up to the microphone? She's purring. You want to go? She's like, put me down. Put me down right this second. You're funny. Yeah, funny. Hi. You want to stand right back there? Okay. She's a baby. I'm gonna be real though, I haven't seen that many characters in the game talking to Fred. I feel like. Who, you know, is in charge of who goes on the block. We'll probably do noms at noon for Tuesday. In game, and then I'll probably go for today just because I got some other stuff I have to do, like feed Hazel and stuff. We'll probably be back Friday again and we'll keep going. I'm not promising Friday yet. I'm applying for some new jobs and stuff, so that might change the schedule, and it might be a thing where we are streaming on the weekend more often. But I will always try to get, once I've picked a date and time, get it at least scheduled so you can see when it will be. And you can set, like, your notification for it. But it'll probably be Friday this week. Hi, Giddy. Are you serving face behind my shoulder? She's like, yeah. Serving face. No. Yeah, they're looking for love in the house. You guys broke the sink. Oh, they also broke the toilet. Why are they like this? My cat looks... Yeah, we have 2 black cats. This is Mercedes. She's an old lady. But she's very nice. She's very nice. Hi, Hazel. My dog's at the other end of the couch looking at me like, why are you talking about her and not me? Because I can't see you, Hazel. You're all the way over there. She's like, whatever. I'm not coming over. Yeah, if you're ever wondering, you can go to like the live tab on the channel, and if there's any upcoming live streams scheduled, it will have them there, and you can click them and click a specific bell just for that live stream. But we'll probably be Friday. I don't have any plans for Friday. I just didn't feel good this Friday, and I was like, I don't think you guys want to watch me just stream while dead tired and not wanting to talk. I was like, that's not going to be a fun stream. So we will move to Sunday where I will be feeling better. Hopefully. And I am. Ooh, Darla's doing some cleaning. I am feeling better. But I'm excited to rewatch Spartacus. I'm like on episode 3. Which is one of my favorite shows. I just watched Love Victor was a new show I watched, so that's why I need to watch an old one now. But it was cute. It's a good one. Bye, Bara. I hope you have a good week as well. We'll probably be finishing up here, so you won't miss too much in like 10-20 minutes. But obviously, you can always watch the VOD if you want to see who goes up for noms, because we're going to end after noms for week 1. Kind of like real Big Brother, except we don't have 4 episodes a week. Which, okay, so Big Brother news for those of us who watch Big Brother, the reality TV show on CBS. They're adding, not every week, but a few weeks they're going to have the Wednesday episode be 90 minutes. And every once in a while, they're going to have an extra episode where, like, previous contestants come on and talk about the current strategy of the house, which I'm really excited for because I love Big Brother. So if they just give me more of it, it's not a problem to me. Yeah. I'm like, yes, give that to me, please. Thank you. I will enjoy more Buffy. I think we're recording more Buffy this week. I think season 7 episodes 10 and 11 will be recorded this week. So exciting. I can actually look at the guide. Let me look. Tell you guys exactly which episodes I'm recording this week. I just watched Sleeper was the last one, so I'm watching 709. I'm watching Never Leave Me and Bring on the Night. Will be the 2 episodes I watch this week for Buffy. And I never know what I'll be watching for Xena or Hercules, because it's always a surprise. Hi, Missy. It's always a surprise. Don't scratch nothing, please. Hi, Hazel. What are you doing?
I got a thing in the oven.
Oh. Someone's cooking. So Hazel's like, excuse me.
Sorry, I thought you were all done.
No, I'm not just talking myself for fun. I'm still streaming. But, you know. Angel is still coming. It's just, here, wait, I'll link it to you, actually. I'm following this guide. So, if you want to check it out, if you scroll down to season 7/4, it kind of shows you how to watch Buffy season 7 and Angel season 4 at the same time, but by, like, grouping story arcs together. You're good. And so we'll be back to Angel. I think an Angel comes out this week as well for regular people, but I'll be back to filming Angel not this coming week. But I will record one next week, because we'll record Buffy Showtime and then Angel Apocalypse Now-ish. And then the week after that will be Angel Habeas Corpus and back to Buffy with Potential. So that's kind of, if you ever want to know, like, my recording order. But you can always check out on the membership tabs. It shows what videos are available for members first. And those are kind of in the correct order as well. Ooh, it's Tuesday. We're getting closer. But someone recommended me the Slay Alive guide when I started Buffy, and I was like, I'm just gonna trust it. And it's worked out really well so far. It makes some interesting weeks on YouTube for sure, but exciting. And then we'll just have season 5 of Angel to finish, which I think Angel is probably gonna be on Saturdays, and then we'll have a vote for a new show for Tuesdays. Just because I'm not gonna do Angel twice a week. I guess I could, but I know not everyone who watched Buffy is interested in Angel, so I'd like to do a poll to get a new show up there, you know, for people that like Buffy, so they want to stay with the channel, obviously. And people have done some recommendations, so I might just do a big poll, see how many choices YouTube lets me put on there. But I know we're going to put Breaking Bad on there because I've never seen it. We're going to put X-Files on there. There's a couple other ones. I want to put Charmed on there because I've never seen it and it feels like kind of magic-y. Yeah, there are people who only watch Angel and only watch Buffy, and then I have a couple people who watch both. They watch both no matter what it is. But people have their preferences, and that's fair as hell. But that's why I don't want the Buffy people to feel like they don't get a say in what's coming to the channel or they have to leave because Buffy is over. I want them to be able to vote on something else for us to watch. We're also on the last season, going into the last season of our Patreon exclusive show, Alias, over on Patreon. So when that finishes as well, we're going to have to pick a new Patreon exclusive, which I think will be fun. But I'm always looking for recommendations, especially for movies since I'm doing so many more movies. But for shows to go on the poll is good too. Oh, Firefly is also going to be on the poll. Yeah, Charmed is one I'm thinking of because I've just never seen it and it feels similar, so I feel like people might like it. I think a lot of people were recommending Firefly because I think it's another Joss Whedon one. So that'll be on the poll. Charmed will be on the poll. X-Files Breaking Bad will be on the poll. And then I might put Yellow Jackets on the poll. Though I don't know if it'll get any votes, and I might just end up watching Yellow Jackets on my own. Yeah, I feel like there's so many things I go back and watch that I loved when I was younger, and I'm like, ooh, that is a little problematic. A little bit. Or some of them I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of bit. I did watch the movie The Birdcage, which I really, really enjoyed. And it only had a few moments where I was like, oh yeah, we really loved, like, anti-Asian racism in, the 90s, huh? Or anti-black racism. Like, this movie, like, that's, like, really, like, progressive for gay people, but we still gotta have some racism in there. And I'm like, oh, awesome. And not in a racist or bad way, but in a, like, haha, funny. And you're like, oh. Otherwise, the movie's pretty good. But I did watch Fire Island, which was really good and, like, handles that in a way better way. Lauren's working out. He's getting pumped up for nominations. But I also recorded Fire Island this week, and I think in the recording, I'm like, well, that's the last Pride movie night, and it's not. There's another Sunday in June I need to record a movie for. So I am going to be looking for one more Pride movie to record, for that. Are you think they're talking about Chapel Roan when they talk about studded cowboy hats? Yeah, no, it's not about the Fire Festival. Fire Island's, like, an island where every summer they have, like, a big gay party, basically. But it's Pride and Prejudice, but modern day with the gays, and it's awesome. Yeah, Fire Festival's a little different. That's where you get like half a PB&J, right? And then also in June, I did But I'm a Cheerleader, which that'll be coming out the second Sunday in June, and I really love that. That one's very camp and very fun. Also, I have brought back, I know everyone's really excited about it. I think But I'm a Cheerleader is the first movie that'll be brought back in, but I have brought back memes into my editing. I have finally started going through and re-downloading and recording my favorite like little meme clips to put in the edits. Um my library is not as big as it was before I lost it all, but we're getting there. And we got new stuff. So in June, you'll start seeing videos with edits being back. And I have missed it. It is fun. And I'm like, oh, I kind of missed adding these to my things. Um, they're on their way back. It was just after I lost so many, I just did not have the energy to like go through and get them all. I was just like, no. No, I'm not in the mental space for this. Oh, Hazel.
Okay, Hazel, you gotta go potty.
She might, if you want to try on her outside or on her potty pad.
Come on your potty pad.
Hello.
Oh.
She's got meme. I was gonna take her when we finish here. We're almost done, but I'm excited. I got a lot of new clips from like Dimension 20 and stuff that I think will be fun. I know it's like okay without them, but I do feel like it adds a little bit of my personality and character into the editing style that I like. I know some people maybe don't like them because they just want the story, so it is like a trade-off. But I like them, so they're there. I like them, so they're back. And I'm kind of slowly building back up my meme library as I go, and I like am editing and I think of a funny meme and I'm like, oh, that would go good here, so then I go record that one. I know what story. They can just watch the episode. Dude, I had somebody in a comment who was already mad at me for criticizing Spike at all. But they were also mad that I talked over a conversation in the episode, and I'm like, girl, that's what reacting is. Like, I can't sit there silently. Hi, Hazel, come over. You can come over. She's coming. Small dog is on her way. There you go. Here's your water. I'll hold it for you. But they got mad that I was talking through a conversation, and it's like, that's kind of what reacting is. It's not the same as just like watching the show. Because like I do have to like talk, and you know, the reacting part is that. And I get it. It's like sometimes reactors miss storylines, or they miss like a sentence and they're like, wait, what happened? But it's like, that's part of like the fun of reacting. We've got an Aki. We got an Aki. That's like part of it. So I'm like, get over it. That's fun. Part of the fun. But I got, I think people forget that they've watched the show 12 times. And I'm watching it for the first time while also trying to be funny. I'm not just like taking it all in. It's not the same as a first watch of a show. It's different. And I think if you haven't recorded reactions, maybe it's like harder to get, but it's like part of it. And it's like, it's not like I want to miss stuff, but like I also have to react. And I don't want to pretend to be somebody else, so I just do it naturally. Because it's fun. But Connor can't cook for shit. But no, that person was already mad at me because they're like a fan of Spike, and like they don't like that I have any criticism for Spike. They they were like, I can't believe you judged Spike for this, but Xander during the hyena episode in season 1, and I went, okay, obviously you don't watch all my reactions, because if you watch my reactions and you think I'm not hard on Xander for his actions, you ain't been watching. I think I'm the hardest on Xander than anyone else. I am not nice to that man, and I don't like him. Who's getting in last minute chats with Fred before noms? Drew. I feel like she's been killing. I think they did just have that response prepared. I think because, okay, so I think what it is there's someone who loves that character and they've watched the show so many times and they dug so into their character that, like, into the concepts behind their character that they can't comprehend that someone on a first watch may not understand all these details and, like, be on their fave character side. And it's like, girly, I don't have all the information you have, and I also don't have all the headcanons you have about why certain things are okay and certain things are not okay. I just don't like SA. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay that I don't like that scene. Like, I think it's okay. Like, we'll all live. It was just very funny. It was like, but what about Angel and Xander and all the things they've done wrong? And it's like, I feel like I've criticized them both pretty heavily through my reactions, at least. Yeah, I feel like I've pretty fair on my criticisms. I don't think I overly criticize any character except maybe Xander, but he deserves it. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I'm pretty fair on if I think something is fucked up. And, like, giving grace. Especially because, like, I'm not, like, completely shut off to Spike while watching season 7, which you guys will see, as you continue to watch the reactions. Like, I'm not, like, get him off the screen. I just don't ship him with Buffy, and I think that's okay. I think that person is more mad that I don't ship him with Buffy, because I don't even remember being that critical of Spike in the episode they're talking about. So, but I think I did say in it that I don't ship him with Buffy. And I don't. And I think that's okay. I didn't totally ship him with Buffy even when they were having their weird, not healthy relationship. Like, I think it's not for me, and I think that's okay. Yeah, I get that. But I don't think I was critical. I think I was just like, I don't ship them, and that, like, pissed that person off. But, you know, that's life, I guess. But also, like, you can't watch reactions to shows and not expect a little criticism of the show. Because sometimes choices are bad. Sometimes writers make choices, and I'm like, why we do this, huh? Yeah, certain things existing. I've definitely done it. I feel like a lot when I was younger, too, when I had favorite characters, and I was like, well, you know, it's not their fault. And I'm like, no, my character just kind of, did something shitty, and that makes me sad. But it's like, people should know it's okay to like fictional characters that do bad things. It doesn't make you a bad person. Like, I love Armand in Interview with a Vampire, and, like, he's crazy. Like, everyone in Interview with a Vampire is, like, a murderer. Like, and I love them all. So, like, it's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person to like a character who did a bad thing. And it's okay for people to not like the same character. But I'm probably the same when I watch a Hunger Games reaction and somebody doesn't get something or they misinterpret something, but I don't leave a comment. I just don't care in fiction that much. Like, it depends, right? Like, I'm not gonna be like, you're not allowed to like Spike, but this person was like low-key defending what happened in the bathroom scene just because he didn't have a soul, and being like low-key implying you can't judge him for it because he doesn't have a soul. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Connor, put your fucking pants on. They have 30 minutes. And then it's gonna be time. 30-minute Sims time until noms. Yeah, I try not to assume anything about who someone is based on their like fiction opinions of characters. I do remember the one time I was like, "Oh, this person is a bad person." It was back during reactions of season 4 of Buffy, and there's that storyline where that college guy like kind of leads Buffy on to hook up with her. And in the reaction, I was like, this is not consent, by the way. If you lie to someone to get them to sleep with you, yes, Parker, that was his name. If you lie to somebody to get them to sleep with you, you do not have real consent. Because you're lying. He was like acting to Buffy like they were gonna go on dates and be in a relationship, and then he completely ghosted her. Instead of just being I was explaining, instead of just being upfront and honest and being like, hey, I'm looking for a hookup, right? Those are two different things. To lead someone on that you really like them just to hook up and ditch them versus, hey, I'm just looking for a hookup. Are you into that? One of those is consent and one of them is not. Lying to someone to get them to sleep with you is not consent. And there was a commenter who was like, it's not bad to lie to someone to get them to sleep with you. And I went, oh, that's a bad person. Like, what do you mean it's not bad to lie to someone to get them to sleep with you? Like, what do you mean? Of course it is. It's like, why when you go back and watch How I Met Your Mother, Barney's kinda icky. And he, I think, only got away with it because Neil Patrick Harris is charming. Bro, it was crazy. I was like, I shouldn't. Why is everybody naked at the fucking ceremony? Can you. My show is a mess. My show is a mess. Alright, Fred. It's time to do the nominations. Fred is ready. Look at that face. She knows who she's nominating. She's ready. Everyone's ready. Let's check out your relationships. Open. Well, she's definitely not nominating Drusilla. They've become best friends in like a day. Lila seems safe. Gunn seems safe. It looks to me like Wesley looks pretty safe. Lila is safe. Darla is definitely her lowest. So Darla is our first nominee, which is so sad for me because I love the way she walks. Our second nominee is between Connor and Lorne. I'm trying to figure out. Well, yeah, Noelle, we're the same person. I wanted Buffy to get with Willow in season 1, and they didn't let them. Hazel, sit. She's like, Mommy, it's almost dinner time. Stop talking to the internet people. I feel you might have to help me decide here. These guys are pretty tied. I'm going to see if she has any other thoughts about it. She doesn't have any other good thoughts about either of them. Dude, they're so close. We might have to flip a coin. We might have to flip a coin between Lauren and Connor because I think they're exactly the same. Let me get the coin flipper. Okay. We'll do heads. Connor is up for noms. Tails. Well, no, because see, Darla's is the lowest. So Darla's a different nom, but there's only 2 noms. So it's Lorne or Connor for second lowest, but they look the same. So I think heads is going to be Connor goes up on the block. Tails, Lorne goes up on the block.
Alright.
It's heads. Hi, Hazel. I'm almost done. I know, you're hungry. She's like, Mommy, it's early, but I want it now. Come see. we're gonna put. I think Connor lost the coin flip.
Oh shit.
Mom, she's okay. Hi, honey. Oh, he's naked. Wonderful. Darla, where are you? You're my other nomination. Can you come sit next to... Oh my god. I wish your son had clothes on for this. Okay. Week 1 noms. Mother and son. They're coming after the family unit. Fred has nominated Darla and Connor. Both people she's not great friends with in the show either. So not too surprising. But maybe they're trying to get the family relationship out of the Big Brother house as soon as possible because they don't think Connor and Darla would turn on each other. Yeah, Fred would be fucked. I feel Darla would kill her for this if this was the real show with their powers. But we are going to end our episode with our noms of Darla and Connor. I will be back, I believe, Friday. I will obviously update on the community tab if things have to be moved. But I believe we'll be back Friday where we will do our first ever veto competition. And one of these 2 noms will have the chance to win a challenge and be taken off the block. And I think that will be a cool new addition, which will shake up the week a little bit. And Fred might have to do a replacement nominee. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Noelle and Bara, for both being here and being in chat. If you watched, but you didn't chat, still thank you for being here. If you watched the VOD, consider trying to come hang out in the live chat sometime. It's pretty fun. Or leave me a comment letting me know who you hope wins this season. Who are you rooting for? And other than that, thank everyone for being here. And I will see you guys next time.